So, we all know that I like to do videos on the right wing of the Doctor Who fandom and talk about some of the bullshit that comes out of their mouths. Well, today is no different, as I found someone who isn't afraid to, quote, clap back. This is Melon Rattler, and I know viewers of my content are also viewers of Mr. TARDIS, and anyone that has seen Mr. TARDIS knows all about this guy. And there's a reason for that. However, that's not why I'm covering him, because I had no idea until about all of that drama until after I'd started writing the script for this video. So this is coming into the intro and making the intro because it's actually entertaining. Like, if you look at Melon Rattler for a second, go onto his channel, there's about 5 videos that he's made on Mr. TARDIS. Like, Melon Rattler started all this, by the way. Melon Rattler started. Mr. TARDIS had only covered him because Melon Rattler covered him first. And here's the videos compared to Mr. TARDIS's videos. Yeah, so with a comparison of a 5:3 ratio, with Melon Rattler doing directly 5 videos on Mr. TARDIS and Mr. TARDIS responding with 3, with 3 of those from Melon Rattler within the last 2 months, as I'm recording this video, we can see that this Melon Rattler guy, he likes drama. Like, that's what comes across. So, why am I covering them, you ask? Because it's funny. It's actually simply because I found one of his videos in my recommended, and then he mentioned Neurotic and someone else. I can't remember who it was. I wasn't paying attention because I clicked off the second they mentioned those names, because I was like, this channel needs to be put into my back shoulder, needs to be put into the backpack. I gotta save it. And save it is what I did. Because here we are, talking about them. So I picked out a video called Doctor Who Fans Are Crazy, and this entire video was directed at the Doctor Who fans of Twitter. So instead of doing a hit piece on another YouTuber, they did a hit piece directed at the entirety of the Doctor Who Twitter fandom. Now, I'm not going to say anything else because my responses are coming as a part of this guy's video and some of the points that he makes. But I'm just going to let you get into it.
It's good to know that Doctor Who is still in a very healthy position, boys. An account with 1.6 million followers is getting 1.7k likes on a fucking post on Twitter.
Maybe that's because nobody uses Twitter anymore. I mean, I certainly don't. Last time I used Twitter was to reach out to someone, and I had to pay to get into their DMs, which I was not going to do. So Twitter has fallen off massively since Musk took over, and even before that, it was a toxic waste dump anyway, which was just full of toxicity and hate. But I suppose that's just been the Twitter community all around, so that's probably why you feel right at home.
And the reasoning for this is because we all know that no one really gives a shit about Doctor Who anymore. And it's not really hard to imagine why. Because the retards running the Doctor Who fan account on Twitter are posting shit like this. I was recently in Cornwall, and at night we didn't have a signal, so I decided to watch Doctor Who Season 5 with Matt Smith. And it's a bit of a culture shock because you're going back about, 14 years now, and you realise, oh fuck, Doctor Who actually used to have actors. Doctor Who used to have actual production value. Doctor Who used to have actual creativity. And now we have this.
Okay, I'll give you that last one, simply because creativity is often subjective. Because it's our own subjective experiences that provide the driving force behind creative ideas. So if you don't find it creative, that's your subjective opinion, because creativity is subjective. So I'll give you that one. The rest of them, though, I won't.
Doctor Who has devolved into a shipping for the alphabet cult all over social media because the real people that have real lives don't have time to sit down and watch shit like this. Unless you're someone like me that likes to rip this shit apart and laugh at something you used to love.
So if you think it's sad people are sitting down to watch something that they enjoy, but you don't think it's sad that you're sitting down to watch something you don't enjoy just so you can sit down and laugh at it. Oh my god. Maybe I underestimated the pure idiocy that I'd come across with this person. And normally I don't insult people. Actually, no, I think I might be wrong on that. You can go double check, actually. Please correct me in the comments because I might actually be wrong on that one. But really? Oh my god. It is actually more sad to sit down and purposefully watch something you hate just so you can then complain about it. And I know, because because I do this myself, whenever someone forces me to sit down and watch A Nightmare Before Christmas, I hate it, personally. I have pointed out the flaws in that film many, many times. I don't think it's a classic. My opinion is it's a creative failure. But then again, creativity is subjective. I just personally don't like the film. This isn't about Nightmare Before Christmas. If you think that sitting down to watch something you don't enjoy just to laugh at it is a perfect use of your time, then go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. No one's going to stop you. It's just a bit hypocritical when you then go and say people that are sitting down that do enjoy to watch it and watch it because they enjoy watching it are sad. So, I'm just saying, point out the hypocrisies.
Now, Russell T Davies may be in absolute fucking denial and up his own arse with his liberal bubble, bumming Shooter Gato at any chance he can get, but normal people like us who don't like the show will come onto social media and just look at the clapback he's going to get. First comment you see, Doctor Who won't get a third series. I'm serious, bring them back. Let's look at this guy's profile. Fave TV shows, characters, actors, ships. Yeah, because that's a healthy individual right there.
Now, speaking of being hypocritical, I'm about to be incredibly hypocritical, but at least I have the gall to admit it. Because as we've just seen, this person has just taken someone else, someone who they have absolutely no idea anything about, and decided to shit on them for no reason, just for content. Again, I'm being hypocritical here because I'm doing the exact same thing. What makes mine any different from his? I actually can be positive because there are some positive things in some of these videos I actually do agree with, which you have seen in previous videos if you have watched more of these. But let's quickly delve into this person in particular. So he's taken one quick look at the profile because he didn't like the comment, and then calls him an unhealthy individual for having a Twitter bio. Yes, that is definitely what you call a stable person right there, who is saying other people are unhealthy for what they put in their bio, which is a complete freedom of choice. Like, you could put anything in a Twitter bio nowadays and they won't do anything about it because no one gives a shit about what's going on Twitter, unless you're Musk.
Seeing as I'm probably the only person talking about these freaks on a regular basis when I've got the spare time, I like to, put the spotlight on how fucking retarded this fan base really is.
I think the word toxic does genuinely best suit this guy, because here's people who are doing fan art and supporting the show and just posting in a fandom that they enjoy to be in, and then he thinks that that means you deserve to have all your work and thoughts and opinions and all of it shit on, and telling you that you are objectively wrong, that you are a fool and an imbecile for enjoying the show. But obviously we're not. We enjoy our show. This guy watches Buffy and Angel, and they're queer as fuck, apparently, according to what I've read. I haven't actually seen the shows yet. They're on my list. But so what? You watch Buffy and Angel. There's going to be people that don't like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or an Angel who are going to think that you're a weirdo and a freak for watching them. It doesn't give you the right to call people in the Doctor Who fandom and community weirdos and freaks for A, enjoying the show, B, doing fan art of the show, which by the way people do of every fucking show nowadays because there's artists and it's easier to put your art out there than it ever has been, arguably. The point is that if you're going to come here just to call people retards and freaks for enjoying this show, then you are automatically morally in the wrong, because these people are doing no harm by watching the show that they enjoy, posting about a show that they enjoy. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that.
The Doctor Who fanbase is so unbelievably cringe, they have to post fan art, really bad fan art by the way, and to make their fandom feel really connected, because some out-of-touch 23-year-old thinks it's a really good idea to have some fan art made by some fucking freak to make them feel seen, because that's what Doctor Who is, fan art. Really cringy fan art.
And you've just proven my point. That is absolutely amazing. The shading on Ncuti and Millie look fantastic. The background is beautiful. The style is gorgeous. Room for improvement? Yeah, definitely. There's always room for improvement. If you were to give my opinions, I'd say do a version without the Doctor and Ruby text on that. It definitely would look better for me. And maybe darken the background just a little bit to bring out those two as main figures. But you've just proven my point, because this fan art is actually fabulous. And like I've said, there is loads of communities and fandoms that do fan art. Like, hello, people who watch Pokemon do fan art of it. People who watch Breaking Bad do fucking fan art of it. People who watch Game of Thrones do fucking fan art of it. Like, they're just the ones I could list on the top of my head. People who watch Gotham, The Flash, the Arrowverse, for fuck's sake, they do fan art. You've got people watching anything, and then there's fan art. We don't need fan art and a community to hold a community together. We try and have a more positive community from what I've seen, and obviously there's you negative Nellies, which I do like to call out. But don't you see? You have just proven that you are morally in the wrong and you don't give a fuck. Like, you can say that's an accusation because, yeah, I'm accusing you of being a dick. It's as simple as that.
This one's a particular favourite of mine. Dancing on the Ceiling, or Maybe More. The first... This is all these people have to live for in their lives. Two gay men kissing on screen, dancing on the ceiling, or maybe more. And what's that implying, I wonder? Maybe the freak 23-year-old with blue hair with no fucking individuality, part of the fucking cult online, maybe wants us to believe that the Doctor is fucking some random rogue from outer space, because that's what the Doctor would do. Yeah, he's going to meet someone for the first time, this godlike, this demigod Time Lord that is literally above our society, above our rules. This demigod Time Lord that's above our standards, because he is above us. He is a step ahead of us. He looks down on us. He's not fucking around with the individuals he looks down on, because he's above that. He's above his sexual desires. That's the whole fucking point of the Doctor. In Modern Who, the only times he's ever fallen in love, like, let's go back to Rose. He fell in love with Rose because she brought back his humanity. People are always like, oh, well, why can he kiss Rose? Well, because, for one, Rose is fit. And yeah, the storyline of bringing back his humanity is the main fucking thing. A show that was once aimed at families is now tweeting about the idea of the Doctor getting absolutely pulverised up his arse.
I have my issues with Rogue and the Doctor having romantic stories anyway. Like, that's all been put in a previous video. If you see my ranking for season 1, then you know what I think about Rogue, you know what I think about the Doctor's romantic stories. Anytime I mention the episode Rogue, I always seem to bring up that I do not like the Doctor in romantic or sexual relationships. It just doesn't suit the character for me. And that includes Rose. It's one of the biggest reasons I do not like Rose Tyler is because of that stupid storyline. But this guy's hypocrisy again. I mean, yeah, Rose brought back his humanity, but I thought he was a demigod figure who looks down on us all. If he's a demigod figure, what humanity will he have? Surely a demigod figure doesn't have humanity. That's the whole point of them being a fucking demigod. But anyway, I'm actually going to go to that last thing that he said, because most of that was just a rant about Rose and the Doctor being in a romantic relationship, which only reason I kept that in, by the way, is just so I can have that little section about Rogue and the Doctor and romantic relationships, because I do not like it. But there is nothing about that screams you're getting fucked in the arse. There is no sexual innuendo there at all. There may be more. Holding hands. Kissing. Hugging. You've just gone to the first sexual thing that you can think of, so you have an excuse to diss the show. That's just simply what you've done. Very clearly and obviously, that's exactly what you've done. Why? Oh, so then you can get more views, then you can create more rage, because I'm convinced that this is a rage bait YouTuber. Like, I found a lot of shit on TikTok that is just simply rage bait, and I'm convinced that this guy is also rage bait. If you're completely serious, or if you're even watching this video, but if you are completely serious, then I would be surprised. Genuinely. I'd be shocked.
And again, to highlight these fucking freaks, we've got someone called Love Danny. I miss them. Mate, you've got one simple Google search if you want to watch two men fucking get off with each other. These are the stable individuals the Doctor Who fandom really want to welcome into now, because all the real fans have gone. He's a him fucking idiot. Probably never watched a season of Doctor Who his entire life, and only ever came across the fucking show because he saw two men kissing and got a bit excited.
And again, you've proven my point. This is why these guys are funny to me, because I bring up one small point and it's proven time after time after time after time after time. I mean, if you want to keep giving me content and keep giving me points to prove, then yeah, go ahead. I mean, let's actually take a quick small look at Danny, who, going off that, he's fruity. Watches Heartstopper. Doing no harm. Oh, that's fine. Like, literally doing no harm, just sat there. I mean, nearly 6,000 followers, so possibly got one of the more active things on Twitter. But, this is just going to be a hit piece on me on Twitter, isn't it?
Also, Billy on stage with her trans flag made me happy. I've got to be very careful what I say about this one, because I will probably hit very, very quickly. But the idea that Billy Piper holding up an individual flying on stage makes you happy, maybe should make you question.
Oh my god, I've actually got that exact fan that Billy Piper's actually holding. This guy don't understand. I mean, his fucking profile picture is a melon with an alcohol bottle that looks like there's a needle sticking into it. So I don't know if he's an alcoholic or a drug addict. Either way. But still, he won't understand what representation means for people that don't get representation that often and have only just started getting more and more representation. Because it looks like that he's had representation his entire fucking life. So, of course, he won't know what that means. I don't expect him to. I'll never expect him to. Because he just gets it handed to him on a silver platter.
And just to annoy you freaks a little bit more, a J.K. Rowling episode of Doctor Who would have been absolutely unbelievable. An icon in British culture, probably is in charge of the biggest franchise in the world right now. Probably the most relevant franchise right now. Because Star Wars is fucked. I can't think of any other franchise apart from Lord of the Rings that probably comes close to how relevant Harry Potter is. JK would bring relevance to Doctor Who that has been needed for the last 14 years, but these freaks would rather their franchise burn than let somebody in who believes in different things, because that's the cult mentality.
Joanne Rowling doesn't even believe what she believes in. Like, she'll go to try attack cis women because they don't appear too feminine and then call herself a feminist. Because, you know, a woman has to be this certain thing in order to be a woman, but women need better rights. Women deserve more rights. Because those two go hand in hand as completely the same thing. Yeah? Because that's Joanne Rowling's mentalization. That's Joanne Rowling's thought process. Because, A, she wants to protect women and children on one hand, then on the other, attacks cis women and children. And obviously, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the Olympics. There was this woman boxer who was called out for being trans. Nope, she was born a woman, biological woman, just has a condition. But she was cleared by the Olympic Committee to participate as a woman. And Joanne Rowling attacks her because that's what Joanne Rowling does. Now, if you're wondering why I'm calling her Joanne Rowling and just apologise for calling her J.K. Rowling, the J.K. Rowling is her chosen name. So if she doesn't want to call trans people by their chosen name, why the fuck are we going to call her by her chosen name? I mean, respect goes both ways.
I'll wrap this video up with this little post I found here. The Jodie bots are probably a loyal bunch, and going to meet her must have been a very exciting day. But when you realise the woman that you worship probably hates every single fucking one of you, because every photo I find of Jodie Whittaker with her fans, she looks like she would rather be anywhere else. I asked Jodie Whittaker to wear the coat, but she's just a bit funny about wearing other people's coats, a sentence I've never fucking heard in my life. And she probably doesn't want to wear it because every fucking lefty fan that enjoys Jodie Whittaker's content, or Shooty Ghetto's content in that matter, probably stinks to the higher heaven. She probably smelt you coming a fucking couple 100 miles away and didn't want to wear your disgustingly fucking greasy coat. The Doctor Who fanbase has been dead a long time. It was infected, it was plagued by these freaks on Twitter, and it probably won't be the same way ever again.
And back with the mindless, plain, basic insults, because that's really all this guy has. No plain facts, no solid opinions, just insults to, as I quote from him, upset you guys more, because this is all just rage bait. It is just rage bait. There is no other way to describe it, because it's not good content in my opinion. It's just comes across as rage bait, and you know what? You succeeded in that. I clicked on because it was rage bait. You baited rage. I'm not annoyed. I just find this absolutely hilarious, because if you take a step back and you actually listen, you could just hear the condescending tone in his voice and the absolute foolery that comes out of his mouth, because it is just insult after insult after insult. Now, in regards to Jodie Whittaker not wearing other people's clothes, that is something I've heard of before. That's something that a lot of people have heard from before. Harry Mandel doesn't like to touch other people's hands because he's got some form of germophobia. I can't remember what it's called. I'll research it and put it on screen if I remember. And people are the similar way about clothes. It's just a neurodivergent trait. Don't know if she's neurodivergent in any type of way, but people can have neurodivergent traits without being neurodivergent. But that's just one of the traits. One of the millions and millions of traits of being neurodivergent. So, I mean, to poke fun at someone for no reason is actually sillier than watching 5 Slitheen episodes consecutively. This guy genuinely... Oh, Christ. I don't know what it is about them that makes them so odd to watch. I don't know. honestly, I can't describe it. Not at all. This guy is just a new type of breed, I'm going to say. And calling out, there's not even calling people out. What I'm doing, I'm calling him out. Because all of this is bullshit. Like, genuinely, that's the best way to describe it. Making a video just to insult people for rage bait is one of the biggest forms of idiocy that I've seen in a long time. And trust me, I've seen a lot of idiocy from people like you on this website. I'm talking about YouTube, not Twitter. But at the end of the day, this guy is entitled to his own opinions about the show, which is fair enough. What I don't think is fair enough is creating content just to insult other people for liking the show and then being a hypocrite about it. Because that's exactly what this guy does. I mean, really, if you were to ask me, I'd say he rattles my melons. Well, that's all from me and this video of the Let's Shit on the Right Wing show. And yeah, if you want to join the Alphabet Mafia cult, then leave a subscribe. If you're already a cult member, subscribe too and leave a like. And if you are nothing to do with this cult, piss off. I'm joking. And we'll see you in the next one. Ciao.